Hi, I'm Theresa Wellman with homeownerexperience.com, your local San Jose, California realtor. Today I'm coming to you with an update on how coronavirus is affecting real estate in the local area, including transactions as well as market and market stats. So let's go ahead and dive right into that. So currently it's been about 3 days since a shelter in place has been in effect. It's taken some time to understand what is an essential business and a non-essential business and how that relates to real estate transactions. Essential businesses have been determined are escrow and title companies, banks, notaries, all of those which are critical pieces to a real estate transaction. The non-essential pieces are inspectors and appraisers in some cases. So that is definitely going to be delaying some of our current transactions. Also, California Association of Realtors as well as Coldwell Banker has come up with a special addendum related to coronavirus, since this was an unforeseen circumstance, and that this addendum can be put in place if necessary to accommodate the delays for these transactions based on the non-essential businesses. So let's talk a little bit how that specifically is affecting pending sales. Depending on where you are in the transaction, you could be experiencing delays. In some cases, if you've got appraisal already complete, then you are probably not going to see too many delays and be able to process the property at closing as normal. One slight delay you might expect is county recordings have gone to e-recordings only, and they have a limited volume and hours in doing so. Therefore, there is a limit as to how many recordings can be done in a day, and there might be a delay in your recording. Also, notaries will be coming to your house per CDC guidelines to sign any loan documents or final papers, since the escrow title companies are open but not to the public. Any inspections might be on hold if you haven't gotten to that part of your transaction, so please account for that or use the special coronavirus addendum. Now, active listings and buyer showings. If you are currently active in the market, whether a seller or a buyer, there's definitely some changes that you're going to be seeing. Number one is there are no more open houses to comply with the CDC shelter in place, also to minimize any group gatherings. Also, there's going to be no showings or very limited showings depending on the condition of the property and the seller's request. For example, if the property is vacant, there might be some opportunities to be able to take a look at the property. But if the seller is living there, it's unlikely, or you must abide by the seller's guidelines. So buyers are going to be spending a lot of time shopping online. I have unique ways that I will market properties, so possibly you'll see one of my listings out there. But if you're a buyer and you're working with me, I also have for years been doing custom videos for my clients and sending them to them for every property. So in some cases that still could work. Sellers, you're definitely going to have to discuss your preferences with your agent and decide how to proceed. Do you remove your property from the market? Do you continue to market? And what are your preferences for people seeing the property? And again, the same applies when you're looking to get into a contract. Please be sure to use the addendum to account for delays with appraisers and inspectors. Now let's talk about the market. I'm sure you're all on edge and wondering what's going on with the market. Well, as I reported last month in my video, I'll put the link, actually the beginning of this month, I will put the link below again. We in Silicon Valley, San Jose, Santa Clara County are at extremely low historical inventory. We've only seen this kind of inventory a few months in the last 20 years. So that is one extreme thing that's causing a strong seller's market. So yes, this coronavirus is going to put a little damper on that, but we still have such a strong market, including very historically low mortgage rates, that I think our market will recover or continue to move along. So if you'd like to stay informed of what's going on in the market, please check out my sign up link to sign up for my market update videos that come out around the 10th of each month, or in special cases like this, we will also do a special update. So sellers today are really cautious. Like I said, we need to accommodate their special guidelines and rules. And some sellers have been pulling their houses off the market, which is actually decreasing our low inventory even more. Let's look at some of those numbers. In Santa Clara County, the first 2 weeks of March, we saw a 24% increase in single family homes. And since Sunday, just a few days ago, we saw a 12% decrease. Now, of course, that is very opposite the trend we would expect in March. But that is the impact we're seeing for coronavirus. It'll be interesting to see how that returns once this is behind us. There was a 28% increase for all properties in Santa Clara County in the last 2 weeks. And again, in this past week, since Sunday, we've seen a 14% decrease. Again, of course, contrary to trends. It's definitely shown you that some sellers are weary of what's going on and removing their properties from the market. In San Jose, the same stats, the first 2 weeks of March, we were up 19% for single families, and now we're down 8.8%. So not quite as extreme as we're seeing across the county. San Jose market is a little bit more stable regarding these changes, I suppose. Now, of course, buyers still need to move for life reasons. In some cases, that might be a very essential step. Some people are in the middle of a transaction or in the middle of a move and really need to find a property, or really need to sell a property because they vacated the property or are in the process of doing so. Home is our sense of security and peace, and that is ever more important and noticeable today when we are all sheltering in place in our homes for safety. So buyers still have a true reason to buy, and some buyers even more so today with the extreme conditions that are going on. Buyers are balancing the extremely low historical mortgage rates with the security of their job. If they are working from home and feel secure about their job and have their down payment somewhere other than the stock market, there are active buyers out there. Myself included had a listing just a day ago go pending with multiple offers. There were 3 listings in my office where the same thing happened. So buyers are still out there. We are not seeing 9 and 10 offers like we might have expected a few weeks ago. We are seeing more like 2 or 3 offers, but still a multiple offer market. So it's a very strong seller's market here in San Jose. So while we sit and experience a little bit of pause from the coronavirus, we will continue to move forward as much as possible. But I do expect the market to return very strong with all this pent-up demand, buyers who want to feel the sense of homeownership and security. So stay tuned and don't forget to sign up for those market updates. Also, if you're interested in preparing to buy or sell, check out my buyer and seller guides linked below. Thanks for watching, and stay safe and healthy.